Get ready, because today we're diving headfirst into the world of hearing healthcare.
Ooh, exciting.
I know, right? Specifically, we're looking at how this omnichannel strategy is shaking things up.
Omnichannel strategy.
Yeah, think of it like this. Ever wished booking a hearing test was as simple as ordering takeout?
Ordering takeout. That would be pretty convenient.
Exactly. And that's what this is all about. We've got two super interesting sources today. One that really breaks down this whole omnichannel strategy in the hearing industry, and another, a comparison table looking at all the big players in hearing healthcare.
So, like, who's doing what?
Exactly. Our mission today is to see how these companies are using tech and strategy to, become the leaders in a field that's changing super fast.
Makes sense. The industry is really moving away from those, like, one-off interactions, like a visit here, a phone call there.
Totally. It's becoming more about the patient's whole journey.
Yeah, like a unified experience.
And our document actually emphasizes how important it is to bring together all those different ways patients interact with a company.
All those different touch points, right? Like their website, an app, even just walking into a store.
Exactly. It has to be seamless.
And that smooth experience is everything. Data integration is a huge part of that.
Data integration.
Yeah, it's about making sure that no matter how you interact with the company, they've got your history, your preferences, everything.
Oh, I see. So you don't have to start from scratch every time.
Exactly. Imagine scheduling appointments, adjusting your hearing aids, asking questions, all without repeating your whole story.
That would be amazing.
It's the power of a truly integrated system.
This reminds me of that example in the document about Sonova holding AG.
Oh, yeah, Sonova.
They're one of the companies really leading this whole omni-channel thing.
Leading the charge?
Their app syncs with in-store appointments. You can even make adjustments remotely.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
Right. It's crazy how technology is making this personalized care possible.
Sonova's definitely onto something. And, if we look at the comparative table, they're not the only ones.
Oh.
GN Group is right up there with them, really committed to creating this cohesive ecosystem.
So it's not enough to just offer a bunch of different ways to interact with a company. It has to work together, right?
Absolutely. It's about connecting the dots and giving patients an experience they can trust.
An experience that makes them feel in control of their hearing health journey.
Exactly. That's what sets the leaders apart in this market.
Speaking of competition, this comparative table really shows us where everyone stands on this whole omni-channel journey.
Right, we've got our leaders like Sonova and GN Group, but it looks like some companies are still figuring things out.
Still playing catch-up.
Kind of. Some are sprinting ahead, others are taking it slower, focusing on just data integration or maybe teleaudiology.
So different paths to success.
Exactly. It shows the industry is still evolving.
So it's more about finding what works best for your company and, your patients.
Exactly. That's what makes this whole thing so fascinating. There's no one right answer.
It's all about adapting and finding new ways to deliver the best care.
Yeah, you got it.
Sounds like these companies are being pushed to constantly innovate.
Oh, absolutely.
This omnichannel strategy isn't just a trend, it's a whole different way of thinking about patient care.
You hit the nail on the head. It's a total shift. And the companies who figure this out are the ones who will lead the future of hearing healthcare.
It's so fascinating. But, let's bring it back to our listeners for a second.
Okay.
Imagine managing your hearing health as easily as you manage your money or book a trip.
Wow, yeah.
That's the kind of future this omnichannel strategy is creating.
Incredible.
And it's only going to get more advanced and more personalized. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's dig a little deeper into the specifics.
The tech, the strategies, the whole shebang.
Exactly. Ready to dive in?
Let's do it. So let's talk about what makes this whole omnichannel approach so powerful.
Okay, yeah. Lay it on me.
It's not just about convenience, right? It's about using data to create these truly personalized experiences.
Okay, so how does data actually make a difference in someone's hearing journey? I'm curious.
Well, think of it like this. Every time a patient interacts with the company, whether it's a visit, a phone call, even just tweaking something on the app, it creates valuable data.
Right, makes sense.
And by integrating that data across all those different channels, companies can start to see patterns, anticipate needs.
Ah, so it's like they can create a more tailored experience.
Exactly. It's like having this virtual hearing assistant who knows everything about you.
Wow, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. It lets providers move beyond that one-size-fits-all approach.
So they can create individualized care plans.
Yeah, recommend specific products, even reach out with support before the patient even knows they need it.
That's incredible. It's like a total game changer.
Totally. And speaking of game changers, our table actually highlights some pretty impressive tech, like AI-powered hearing aids.
Oh yeah, those. What's the deal with those? How do they work?
So AI is playing a huge role in personalizing hearing care. Companies like Starkey, for example,
Yeah.
they're developing these hearing aids that learn and adapt to the user's environment, like in real time.
Whoa, hold on. Really?
Yeah. Imagine your hearing aid just automatically adjusts to different sound settings.
So like a busy restaurant versus, say, a library.
Exactly. Or a concert. No more fiddling with those tiny buttons.
That's wild. Like noise-canceling headphones, but for hearing aids.
Well, got it. And that's just the beginning. AI can also personalize sound amplification, filter out background noise.
No more struggling to hear in noisy places.
Exactly. It can even detect potential health issues.
Health issues, like what?
Things like falls, maybe even cognitive decline.
Wow, we're talking like next level care here.
Proactive and preventative. It's pretty amazing what technology can do these days.
It's starting to sound less like hearing healthcare and more like science fiction. But okay, let's get back to the competition for a second. Our table shows that some companies like Sonova and GN Group seem to be pulling ahead in this whole omnichannel race.
Yeah, those two are definitely front runners.
So what are they doing that others aren't?
Well, Sonova, they're all about a holistic approach.
Ballistic.
Yeah, they're not just offering a bunch of random tools and services, you know. They've created this fully integrated ecosystem.
Everything is connected.
Everything, their app, their stores, their remote care platform, it all works together seamlessly.
And they've got all that data to back it up.
Oh, tons of data. They're using it to constantly improve, you know, their products, their services, the whole patient experience.
Okay, so Sonova is the integration master.
Oh.
Got it. What about GN Group? What's their thing?
GN Group is making a name for themselves with these like hybrid devices.
Hybrid devices.
Yeah, they're blurring the lines between hearing aids and like regular consumer electronics.
Oh, right, like the hearing aids that are also earbuds.
Exactly. They're tapping into this whole new market of people who might not need a traditional hearing aid.
But still want better sound or, want to protect their hearing.
Right. It's a smart strategy.
It's like they're making hearing healthcare. I don't know. Cool.
Definitely. And their Jabra Enhance Plus devices, those are a perfect example of this hybrid approach.
So it's high quality sound amplification,
Mm.
but with all the cool features of modern earbuds.
Exactly.
Okay, so GN Group is all about sleek design and the latest tech. Makes sense. But what about the other companies on our list?
Right, right. Well, you know, everyone is approaching this whole omni-channel thing differently. It's what makes the industry so dynamic.
So some are finding their own niche.
Exactly. And some are taking it slower, step by step.
So it's not a one-size-fits-all kind of thing.
Nope. It's about finding your own path.
Aligning your strategy with what your company does best and, of course, what your patients need.
You got it. That's why it's so important to look at what each company's doing, you know, dig a little deeper.
I like it. Let's do it. Let's see what everyone else is bringing to the table.
Ah.
Okay, so we've talked data, AI-powered hearing aids, those cool hybrid devices. It's a lot.
It really is. The industry's moving fast.
Right. But let's shift gears a bit and focus on some specific companies. We haven't really touched on Demont, WS Audiology, Starkey, and Amplifon.
Oh, yeah, those are some big names.
What are they doing to stand out in this, crazy competitive market?
Well, it's interesting to see how each one's approaching this whole omnichannel thing.
Okay, yeah, like what?
Demont, for instance, they're super focused on building that solid foundation for personalized care.
Personalized care, got it.
They're investing a lot in data analytics and CRM systems.
CRM.
Yeah, customer relationship management. It's all about understanding their patients better.
So they're really trying to get to know their patients, their needs, what they like, all that.
Exactly. They're taking their time, you know, making sure they have the basics down before jumping into all the fancy tech.
Makes sense. Got to walk before you can run, right? What about WS Audiology? They're a pretty new company, right? Formed from a merger.
Yeah, they're a bit of a unique case.
How so?
Well, they've got tons of potential, a strong portfolio of brands, global reach, the whole 9 yards.
That's promising.
It is, but their challenge is bringing all those different parts together, you know?
Yeah, creating a unified strategy, especially in this fast-paced environment.
You got it.
So what's their game plan?
They're streamlining operations, building shared platforms, trying to create a consistent brand experience no matter how the patient interacts with them.
That's a big job.
It is, but they're making progress.
All right, so Demand's all about that foundation, and WS Audiology is working on merging everything seamlessly. What about Starkey? They're the ones with the cool AI tech, right?
Right. Starkey's definitely pushing the boundaries.
So how are they bringing that tech into this omnichannel world?
Well, they're putting AI into their hearing aids, obviously, developing new features, personalizing everything, boosting connectivity.
So they're still innovating, but they're also figuring out how to make it all fit into this bigger picture.
Precisely. They're recognizing that technology is only one part of the story.
It's got to be about the whole
Yep.
patient journey, right?
Yeah, from that first appointment to all the care and support that comes after.
Makes sense. So Starkey's on that path. What about Amplifon? They're pretty huge globally, right? Lots of retail stores.
Yeah, Amplifon's interesting. They've traditionally been all about that in-person personalized
The
experience.
classic way of doing things.
Right. But now they're having to adjust to this digital world where patients want to do things online.
Find information, book appointments, that sort of thing.
Exactly. So they're boosting their online presence, creating new digital tools.
So they're not abandoning the stores, they're finding ways to bring them into the digital age.
Exactly. It's a tough balance, but they're working on it.
Wow, it's amazing to see how all these companies are tackling this omnichannel challenge, each in their own way. Some are tech-focused, some are data-driven, some are all about that seamless experience. It's clear, though, the hearing healthcare industry is changing big time.
Absolutely. It's an exciting time.
It is. Well, listeners, we've covered a lot of ground today. We've gone deep on this omni-channel strategy, explored the incredible technology that's changing hearing healthcare, and looked at how the big players are adapting and innovating.
And don't forget those source materials.
Right. The links are in the show notes. Check them out, stay curious, keep learning, and as always, keep exploring the amazing world around you.
Because the future of hearing healthcare, it's sounding pretty incredible.